Today we're going back to basics. So if you felt any confusion about manifesting, if you're watching a lot of content, if you still feel like you're banging stuff out and nothing is changing, this is the video for you. We're going back to the basics of manifesting. Crash course right here today, folks, on Odyssey Human. Welcome, fellow Voyagers. Jess here to help you hack through the jungles of consciousness so that you can discover the hidden treasures inside of you. My friends, it's all there, ready and waiting to be activated by you, through you, and for you. If that sounds good, join us on the channel and subscribe. If you would like coaching with me, details are available in the description box below. And who am I? I'm Jess. I'm a manifestation coach and a neuro-linguistic programming master practitioner. All right, guys, we're going to get back to basics today. There's so much content out there. There's so many limiting ideas about this. And really all you need to know, here it is in a nutshell. You ready? Your consciousness is the only thing there is. Your consciousness is the only thing you will ever experience. From the second that you realize that you exist as like a baby to the minute you take your last breath, that expanse and possibly even beyond is consciousness. It's your consciousness experienced from your unique point of view. That's all you're going to experience. So the good stuff in your life, you have materialized from your consciousness. The bad stuff in your life, you have materialized from your consciousness. It works no different than a nighttime dream. When you close your eyes, you go into a nighttime dream and your consciousness projects an experience that you are inside participating with, that you're interacting with, has sensory vividness, sensory reality. Same thing happening in your day-to-day waking experience. This is what's really important to know. Your consciousness is all you can experience. What you are aware of is what you are seeing, what you're experiencing, what you're telling stories about. You're maintaining certain ideas and things in awareness. If you want to change what you're seeing, change what you're experiencing, you change your awareness. You become aware of something different. I used the word imagination in a video a few weeks ago, but same thing. What am I imagining right now? And what do I want to imagine instead? Changing your awareness is very simple. It's very straightforward. If I were to ask you, hey, what do you want to get for dinner tonight? You'd go into your mind, you'd think about the restaurants that are nearby, you'd think about eating certain types of food. You'd imagine yourself eating pasta. You feel it out, you're like, no. You'd imagine yourself eating sushi, you're like, no. What you're doing in that moment, you're testing different versions of yourself. And one of them is going to hit. One of them, you're going to be like, yeah, that's what I want to eat for dinner tonight. It's as easy as doing that when you want to turn your awareness, acknowledging it's coming from your consciousness. You created it by keeping your attention on it, by maintaining the story about it, by letting your habits perpetuate feedback loops with it. Talked about habits in another video just recently. If we want to change our awareness, we do that by going within imagination, locating the feeling. This is it. This is mine now. I have it. The beingness, the version of us that wants to eat spaghetti tonight as opposed to fried chicken. It has a feeling. We know we hit our mark by the feeling state. I've talked about the field of terracotta warriors, of all these different versions of you that you can literally jump into the shoes of. To do that, you have to completely detach from the old version of you. You have to completely let go in order to really get into that new body, that new perspective. You have to totally let go because that's what will hold you back. That's the thought of like, yeah, but I have leftovers in my fridge. I probably shouldn't be going out to eat. That kind of present moment identification with something different is what kind of pulls you back out of imagination and doesn't let you feel it as completely. So that's all there is to know. Like, that's it. Your consciousness manifests. If you don't like what your consciousness is manifesting, become aware of something different. How do you become aware? We use the 3 faculties that I constantly talk about on this channel. Your point of attention, the story you're telling, and then the habits that are associated with that. You have to shift one of those 3 things. Check out the third eye video if you want more information on how to shift. And I've talked about movement. That's how we move around consciousness. That's how we change consciousness. The how, the mechanics, by altering one of those 3 things. You can also just, again, close your eyes and go into imagination and see it and have it there. Know that it's true. Know that it is reality right now because it's a reality in your consciousness. And if you flood your awareness with that, that's what will materialize. It's that simple. I've also talked about on this channel something helpful to know is that reality creation is like 3 tiers of a house. And the bottom tier is emotional mastery. The foundation is emotional mastery. The middle tier is dependency on the 3D. And the top tier is changing awareness, pure imagination, seeing something different, manifesting in what you want. Where I find most people trip up, where I tripped up in the beginning, was I had no emotional mastery. And people will abandon their new state of being. It's easy for a 10-second exercise to touch that state of being where you have it. And you feel really good and you feel like you have the thing. And then you open your eyes again and you re-identify with whatever identity you're perpetuating in the here and now, in the present moment, in your current surroundings. You return to that. That's where you return to. This is just in my experience, but that emotional mastery piece, is it required? No. Does it make it really that much easier to get to the roof, to get to the actual manifesting techniques and processes? Yes, it does. When you have a really good foundation. I find I can hold states because I have mastered my mind, because I can control my emotions. So many people get thrown off, again, of maintaining the new state of being because of an emotion. They get doubtful, they get fearful, they get confused, they get anxious, whatever the emotion is. And emotion is just a thought that your body's having. You have thoughts in your head, you have thoughts from your body. Those thoughts from your body are an emotion. They come in the input of sensation as opposed to words or language. So that's where a lot of people get tripped up and give up or feel discouraged or abandon ship. And if they're not working with your new state of being, then we just swipe left on them. We let them go. They don't have to be a reliable source of input every time. Because again, what most people do, they feel a little bit of fear, a little bit of doubt, and then they abandon the new state of being and they say, oh, this is never going to happen, or oh, blah, 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 blah. They make the emotions the source. Don't do that. Don't fall for that. Your emotions are a byproduct. They are a byproduct of where you are. When you feel them, you can just feel them and release them and not make them mean anything. You can literally just shove them to the side and be like, that's cool. I feel this, but I'm still moving forward on this is what is true for me. And reaffirm it. This is what is true for me. I don't care emotions. I don't care what you're showing me. This is what is true for me. So emotional mastery, second level, dependency with 3D. It can feel really hard to wrap your head around manifesting if you don't get behind the idea that your source. Like until you fully accept that belief, manifesting can feel very magical, very woo-woo, very confusing. Like, how do I figure this out? Why is this hot and cold? Come back to that idea that your consciousness is the only thing there is. Your consciousness is the only thing that manifests. And if you're not manifesting what you want, you have to change your awareness. Your awareness. Where is your awareness? You're aware of something you don't want. You're putting your attention on something you don't want. You're perpetuating stories of something you don't want. Your habits, your emotional and behavioral habits are reinforcing a place that you don't want. You're feeling crappy. You're feeling sad. You're disappointed. All of that stuff reinforces where you are in consciousness. And that's why it's manifesting. So change your awareness. Become aware of something different. Become aware of something different. That's all it takes. And that letting go of that codependency with 3D, of needing it to show you before you can allow yourself to go into imagination and enjoy eating that sushi in your imagination. That's how you lead. That's how you lead your results, your manifesting. I've talked about leading. You have to lead. You don't get to follow. So many people are in a pattern of, again, codependency with the 3D, of following whatever it is showing them. But really, whatever it is showing them, it is showing you, is really your consciousness. It's your story. It's your point of attention. It's you projected out. So this is where we have to interrupt that codependency and really get behind this idea. I'm source. I've created this. Take the responsibility and accountability. Assume it. And you're going to feel more and more like you're in your God state. You're going to feel more and more like creator. The more you assume it, and the minute you feel something negative, or you feel like, oh, you look at the 3D and it's not doing what you want, and you say, you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's happening out there. It's coming from my consciousness. I'm going to become aware of something different. Become aware of something different. The desire is calling you to it. So that top layer, again, when you have a good foundation, when you've worked on these things, can you manifest without them? Of course. You've been manifesting your entire life. You are manifesting for your entire existence. This is just how it works. Is it going to be easier if you have a solid foundation? Is bringing this stuff forth of maintaining awareness on what you want going to be easier when you have a solid foundation of emotional mastery, and then breaking your codependency with the 3D, really knowing yourself to be where it all comes from? Yes, it will be much easier. When your foundation is shaky, it's going to feel hard. It's going to feel like a lot of effort. It's going to feel like a lot of looking for answer, that desperate looking for answer, the question asking, but how do I do this? How do I do it? The need for these practical steps, all of that comes from a shaky foundation. And the roof is changing your awareness. The roof is actually being able to consciously decide, this is what I see, but this is what I know to be true. This is what I know is my truth. And I'm going to stand in this firmly because I know that my consciousness is the only thing that manifests. And being able to maintain those states and lose yourself in it, lose your old awareness. That's what happens. You abandon your old self. You abandon your old self. In the field of terracotta warriors, of versions of you, you fully inhabit that version of you. Like all of your body wiggles into this new one. You're like, yeah, I've let go. And through awareness, I've kept my attention on the awareness from out the eyes of that version, out the mind of that version. And I've maintained that until my old self has fallen away and I've materialized something different. That's how it feels. And you're just suddenly emerging into this new physical reality. This is all you need to know. Keep coming back to this video. Watch it again and again until it really sinks in, because it is this simple. All of these other rules and limitations and beliefs that so many other coaches and content creators have put into our heads about, oh, we have to do this and high vibe and blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. Like, let go of all that. Let go of all that. As you manage your emotions, and you don't let them throw you off. And then you really get behind knowing I am source. Like, I am source. I cannot look at any circumstance and blame it again. I turn back towards self instead of sending that energy out to the circumstance and grieving or getting upset or getting sad. I turn that energy back towards self and I say, how am I imagining the situation to be? And what do I want to imagine differently? What do I want to be aware of now? What do I want to be aware of now? And being able to lead your consciousness instead of letting these artifacts of your consciousness lead you. That's what's happening when we feel like we have to do processes and like toe the line and like, oh, I better robotically affirm for 4 days straight, blah, blah, blah. That's being in service to the consciousness that you are supposed to be leading. You're supposed to lead it, not follow some artifact, some shadow, some story, some belief, some illusion. Those are all just artifacts of consciousness. Don't let them lead you. You are the leader. And that's when the roof is solid. The whole house is solid. You can do this. If you need a tool to help you with that foundational piece, the emotional mastery piece, grab it below. It's available in every video. That's how important I think it is. But again, is emotional mastery required? No. Does it make your foundation stronger and make it easier? Yes. Yes. Yes, it does. Does it make life overall better? Yeah. Does it break some of your bad habits of just wallowing in states of like self-pity and sadness and depression and anxiety? Yeah. Yeah, that's what it did for me. It just made life better overall. So if you need that, grab it below. It's in the description box. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.